Welcome back, everyone. We're here at week 16 and we're going to keep going along with this fine dungeon run of ours, or campaign. Trying to get my headset set up here. There we go. We're doing fairly well in the heads. We have a legendary bracer, which is nice. We have a couple of occultist items, which I don't know if I'm really feeling them. I might sell them for money since I'm not exactly the most high in that right now. These next couple of dungeons I'm going to do are definitely going to focus on portraits and deeds, and definitely smaller dungeons, so shorts. And it looks like we're going to be going to the Weld for an Explorer. And I am going to use this guy and then probably get rid of him, even though I bought armor for him supposedly. He's going to be our healer and stunner. I do want to take in a level 0. I might take the Man-at-Arms in. I'm not going to take in the Fledgling because I've had a lot of spoilers. I think I'll do him for the last dungeon of this because I do plan on doing 3 because they all are going to be short. Therefore, I should be able to get 3 within a reasonable amount of time and not make you guys wait around too long. I'm also going to bring the Musketeer. Now, what I'm going to say about this lineup is, it's not very strong, but once again, this is apprentice level and a short. It doesn't have to be the most powerful in that regard, so I'm kind of rolling the dice on it in that sense. Yeah, I'm kind of rolling the dice on it in that sense, because if I face some high protection enemies, it's going to be really annoying to get through. I'm not exactly attached to most of these characters, especially the Occultist, even though he's technically Resolve 1. I don't like the quirks he has, and I don't want 2 Occultists in my party. And this being a straight line is... it's not terrible, but it's also not beneficial, because my scoutings will effectively be not as useful as they possibly could be. Because what I really want would probably... it's almost always a square lineup, but even if I had maybe like a branch, well, no, branch lineup's bad for Explorer, so maybe this is like the second best option, because obviously I don't want to have a branch because then I'll have to go examine all those branches, and if I have to examine all of the branches, then what I'd have to do is go to the left and then come back to the center, then go to the right and then end, and those take a really long time. So having a straight Explorer actually isn't terrible. It would be bad for a battle room, because if the very last room is technically a room I need to do, obviously I'm not going to be able to do it then. Taking that critical is slightly annoying, but we do have an Occultist, and the good news is I will be able to get to my Occultist's turn to heal him, which is good, because he's not going to die off. He's stunned, which means we can definitely heal for an 11. Excellent. And we're pretty much right back on track where we should be. The main goal of this is just to get everyone out with hopefully the least amount of negative quirks possible, which is RNG practically, so it might work well, may not work well. Currently RNG is going well for me. These have been some nice criticals and timings, and I believe the dungeon should end right at that room, so I actually got a lot of tiles to go. I'm hoping there's not too many fights. Scouting is only really beneficial so I don't eat traps. Eating traps is bad, but other than that, scouting is not going to be the most useful here. It might be near the end, because that way I can prepare to, if I want to like turn off the torch or not. Well, I guess it really doesn't, well, it would matter, because if I scout here and I don't see any other fights, I could turn the torch off in these couple right there. But it's okay. See, there's a trap. That would have been nice to scout. Yeah, I did bring along an anti-venom for that. I was actually prepared for once. I didn't bring along a lot. Yeah, so that scout's pretty helpful, because that lets me know that there's probably going to be maybe 2 more fights remaining, which isn't too bad. And also, I don't know how many more shovel curios there are, but I'm definitely obviously not going to use any on these ones I'm passing, because I didn't bring like 3 to 4 shovels. It was a lucky double scout. So this could really only be 1 to 2 fights left there. I could medicinal herb that. That'd be more food, though. I haven't had a hunger check. I think he gets stuff. I'm just gonna skip it. just in case I need to use that on something else. Torch is appreciated because when these are how do I say this? These are longer in between rooms. Oh gosh. Okay. So my friend's lighting me up right now. I had just a sidetrack real quick here. I had a Facebook chat going on with some friends. And for some reason, one of them got into a discussion, is a hot dog a sandwich? I said no. And it's actually a 50-50 split. So sorry for this small distraction right here. Maybe for fun you can say if you think a hot dog is a sandwich or not. I personally just don't think it's one. I'm now going to get back to Darkest Dungeon, but I just wanted to let you know what that notification was, because like I said, he's just grilling into me that for some reason it's out of the realm of normalcy to not think a hot dog is a sandwich. I mean, to think a hot dog is a sandwich. I didn't really talk about the ectoplasm fight too much, other than the fact trying to control and damage them was my main key there. And I'm also going to open this with the occultist, because yeah, if he gets hurt, don't really care because he's the guy I'm getting rid of. But yeah, the ectoplasm stuff, you really just want to focus fire, because I forgot to look at their skills. Maybe in the early level they can't use where was I? No, it's not the skill. I forget what it's called, but they can replicate themselves, and that's when you start getting into a lot of trouble. So you don't want to allow them alive to just keep replicating. And since this dungeon has been so short and not a lot of fights, I'm actually going to take even that final battle room most likely. They only have slime at level 1. Oh, and they are an ectoplasm. What's it called when they make another one? I really shouldn't forget. It hasn't been that long since I played a champion level. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I've written the name. But anywho, they don't have the skill that does it, which is good. And that means I can actually leave them each at like half health essentially. But I still want to kill them because focus firing is very important in Darkest Dungeon. So you definitely don't want to allow too many enemies alive. But I don't have to worry about them creating more of themselves. And for some reason I just cannot remember that skill. It's not Metamorphosis, is it? It might be. Or is that what the big one does when you get it? I don't know. I remember, because the big one can make smaller ones, then sometimes I think the smaller ones can make big ones, and it gets all messed up. And if you're not at champion level yet, just kind of take all of that with a grain of salt in a way, because some of that which I said is true, and some of that is going to be wrong in the sense of I can't remember the exact name of the ability, but the general idea is definitely there. And this has been a very easy well dungeon. I'm happy. I haven't had any horrible lineups, so hold my fingers, and there it is, right at the end. Ugh. It was too good to be true. Because I was saying to myself, I was like, this has been easy. Still going pretty well though. We might be able to kill off both witches before they get to go, which would just be phenomenal. I don't really care about the physical damage I'm going to take. I just don't want to walk out of here, yes, with massive stress damage. That's beautiful. They can do whatever they want now. They're not going to have enough damage to kill me. Even if they get to go all 4 attacks on me before I do, it's just not going to happen. And they're not even going to get to go before me. And their stun resistance is so low at 25%. This is 120. 95% chance to stun. It's going to happen. It's just, at that point, that's so high, I don't even sweat about it. Not to say it's not possible. And I'm not going to use Retribution here, because obviously it would mark myself, and, well, they don't have Rend to mark. Ah, gosh, lower enemies and stuff sometimes throw me off. In higher levels, I wouldn't mark myself, because they're going to have an ability called Rend to mark, where they get more damage and stuff. So that's something to think of. Now, what you can also do, and I know I said I wouldn't mark myself, but you might be thinking, I need to get some pressure off of someone else. Like, if they decide to focus someone else, how do you get an enemy to attack someone else in this game if you don't use something like a defender or, a protect me or guard ability? There are ways to do it, and the ways to do it is to have someone mark themselves for enemies who attacked marked individuals, because they'll just gravitate towards them, because they'll go, well, that's where my max damage is going to come from, is the individual who is marked. So you can even do that on Shield Breaker. If your Shield Breaker gets marked and she has the, this is DLC, but she has an ability where she can block skills. I won't say what it is, we'll really go too in depth if you don't have the Shield Breaker. But essentially, if she gets marked, you can find a way to just have her take all the marked attacks, but essentially take no damage. Oh, I forgot to turn off the torch. Whoops. It was low, but it could have been lower and more loot. Yeah, like 13, that dungeon was weird. It just had a lot of shovel curios, but I didn't want to use them because I was going to walk through the whole dungeon. And I didn't want to, oh yeah, Fear of Eldritch, goodbye. But yeah, that dungeon was weird. Yeah, just a weird one to start off. Really not much to say about that. It was easy fights. I think there's 2 traps. I mean, there really wasn't a lot of traps either. Oh, finally we have Vestal back. I really kind of screwed myself out up in the early game when I was getting rid of them left and right, but they were really acquiring a lot of bad quirks, and I was not having it. Now I'm going to look through stuff and just get rid of some of these stuff. Like I said, I am focusing a lot on quirks because quirks bother me. And I should really just accept the fact that they're going to be sticking around for a decent amount of time because it's the early game. But as I said, I'm going to be stubborn and try to get rid of them if they're not locked in. If they're locked in, I'm gonna do pretty well about ignoring them. They're not something that are worth currently 5,000 gold to get rid of something that's only related to a quirk facility. That's fine. I think I'm going to go into the Cove next. Cove or Weld. Man, I didn't really get a lot of deeds. And I'm trying to do this campaign as efficiently as possible. I'm hoping to end the game. Well, with the DLCs, I may not be able to end it before 100 weeks, but I really want to try to end it before 100 weeks. A, for time's sake, and B, also just to show you how you can jam-pack your weeks together for the most effectiveness. Now, doing short dungeons a lot is not a way to do it, so that's kind of contradictory. Because let's say I was really playing for it, I would probably go do the flesh right now because I need portraits. It's a medium, it would get my characters leveled up. But I'm here to at least show different ideas as well. Now this is going to be a short battle room, and it's actually not going to be probably nearly as good as that explore room I just did, because there's like nothing happening in that explore. But it is the perfect time to get this Vestal acclimated. I'm going to go get her some different skills because those were terrible, and I do plan on keeping her. There we go. I am also, do these people have their, no. So I'm going to give their people that. And I might even get that up, and that, and that. Try not to spend too much because I'm trying to save my money for future skills and stuff like that. We're going up here for the deeds, and I might even bring along, I'm going to bring along the Antiquarium just to see if I can't get some more loot. And I'm going to bring him along as a support abomination. He's not going to, the Relentless Tide. Huh. Well, I never made that party before. And before I go in, I'm actually going to change up the Antiquarium skills here because I don't really have a healer in that group. That can heal other people. The Abomination can heal himself. But I need someone just to get someone's off death's door. If that's the heal, I do have it on. Okay. Yeah. I think you should always have at least one healing ability that can be used on someone else, because you really want to get people off death's door if they get there. RNG is just going to happen, and when it does, you're going to want to at least have something ready for it. So I think going in, oops, there we go. So I think going in with, what do I want to say? With only self-heal abilities is scary, because you even might do that, but if they go and then get hit and get reduced to 0 HP, you have to wait until their turn comes around, and when you get hit to death's door, obviously you get negative debuffs, which means they're gonna go slower, and when they go slower, that means there's a higher chance of them not going before the enemy, so you can kind of see the snowball effect of that. Therefore, having someone who can heal someone else, even if it's just for one, just like I said, just to get them off death's door, highly worth it. Now, we're going to want to kill, well, pretty much everyone with effectiveness, because at this point, no one's really good at stress healing or physical healing. Now, the problem is I can't really hit the Bone Royalty or Bone Courtier in the back. That's a good dodge, though. It has a lot of dodge due to just, well, the trinkets, and also I don't think the Anticorium has a bad natural dodge chance, which is good. We're going to riposte on the off chance that the next turn the Bone Courtier focuses him and gets to go before my Grave Rapper. So we're going to try to beat the system in the sense that we want to have pretty much two ways to get rid of them while not taking stress. And it looks like we're good. We got to go with the dagger first, but on the off chance he targeted him in the front, we would have been good as well. You always want multiple plans on how you're going to deal with stress and HP damage, and not just rely on one. Because you never really know when things aren't going to go your way. Wow, that was almost debatably not worth the key right there. I mean, I guess we did get bust, ow. But I was kind of hoping for a little more. I am going to save the last key, because if we find a chest, obviously I want to use that. I may not use it on another curio like that. Obviously we're not going to go up there. I am going to try to keep this to a decent time crunch. 3 spooters. This should be pretty easy to do, especially with the surprise. Hit the back one. I don't like the green ones. I believe they do higher blight. They do something high. Oh, dang. I am still, once again, I'm trying to focus fire. I'm not even going to riposte here. I'm going to try just to finish one off. Both are 75. Doesn't really matter. It's a dodge. Blech. So 4 attacks, 1 kill. Not exactly how you want to set up a... not how you want to set up a surprise round, because they'll probably get to go before me, yeah. 5 speed isn't a lot, but it is when you don't really have high speed on your characters. Oh man, that's 2 blights. So actually, I'm going to have to heal and eat up with the Anticorium, and I didn't bring in any anti-venoms, because typically the Ruins isn't known for its rather high blight damage dealers. So I was, you know, kind of thinking, well, I don't need to worry about it. Dang, anti-resist. Okay. That was a rough fight in the sense that only my man-at-arms got focused, and now I can't really... I'm going to see if a hunger check's coming up. I'm not going to open that. So there's possibly 2 fights left after this fight. So I am going to have to eat that, because there's no way I'm going to get 2 hunger checks between 4 tiles here. So I am going to go forward with that. Once again, we're going to dagger the back, and then we're going to riposte. But the Bone Courtier, yeah, so he's going to go first. But we're still going to riposte just on the off chance we can't beat him the next turn, and then he focuses the man-at-arms. Ow. Yeah, this party didn't have a lot of heals, and like as I said before, that was my main concern, kinda, at the start of this, that any damage we take is going to be rather permanent, so I have to be fairly smart in what I'm doing. I'm not exactly focus firing right now, but my next turn will definitely be more focus fire heavy. It's going to be Bone Courtier to probably this guy, then these 2. All of them can do considerable damage, as you're seeing, and I don't really have a lot of heals to deal with that, so... ouch. They just need to get out. I don't really care about Death's Door. They're actually not too stressed as we speak, and I am going to try to stun him up, because I'm not going to kill him with... dang it. What is that stun chance? Shoot. So like, what, 90%? I can't remember. We're going to stab him, try to... dang it. It's just nothing's working. Nothing's working. Yeah, I wanted to damage him one more, so he would obviously DOT out. He did not, and now he's not focusing on when he can riposte him. Good dodge, though. I need to kill him off, so perfect. And maybe the Anticorium can heal for 2. Okay, that's as good as that heal could be, which is obviously not great. And he's dead. Now I don't have enough food to go around. Oh, I don't need to have enough food to go around. But we are going to continue the adventure, and I'm going to select my Anticorium. I just remembered. Uh-oh. I've probably opened up some curious without him. Oh, see? That's why you do it? Without her? Oh, everything's going wrong. Flashbacks. Calling her, him, and not Oh. I said I would do better. Caught myself. Caught myself right at the end. Small redemption. Uh-oh. Are we going to have a casualty of war? I'm going to have to do this, try to just buff us. It's like a joke of a dodge at this point, but it's something. Hey, you finally, it's what, 100%? Oh, so wait a second. Didn't that one guy survive with like a 90% chance then? So I'm not going crazy. I had a much better chance than I thought. I am going to riposte because I got 2 people here who like to use blanket fire and also slice and dice. This will be my last fight because I might lose somebody if I keep going. Good dodge. I will believe that the Anticorium totally helped in that. May or may not have. Tough to say. One more dodge. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're actually not going to focus him because he's probably going to kill himself on the next riposte, and we need to kill people who haven't gone yet so we can avoid damage being on these 2 guys. And same thing with the stun here. We're going to go try for 75%. Yep. Now we're going to kill him off so he can't go on the off chance he hits, and that this guy up front here does some major damage because he should be dead. Boom. Turn off the torch. Should count. Looks like it probably did. And that's where we're going to pretty much end this. That was a okay dungeon in the sense that I forgot to loot the Anticorium again until like literally the last curio I could, so that's on me. Having 0 healer was on me and 0 stress damage is on me. But as I will say, you don't get a lot of options in the early game sometimes, so you're just going to have to make do with what you have. Now, that's another Crusader and Jester, but I own 2 Crusaders, I own 1 Jester. Therefore, we're going to tag along another Jester, because they're very important. Ruminator, oh no, that is terrible. Those quirks were just... Those are better quirks. Oh, and quick draw? Heck yeah. Get in there.
You will be laughing still.
And you do need both of those, though. So we're going to go to his skills, take them off. I think I might go to the cove. I'm trying to decide who I still want to keep out. Most of my level people who are about to like turn level 3 are going to go into one more boss room. So they're not going to be going in any of these short dungeons. They are prepped and prepared for those boss fights. Yeah, my quirks are actually pretty good. I'll take off a couple of these. Take off fading. And do I have to bring the Houndmaster along again? I'm actually going to bring along the Houndmaster, maybe the Occultist, the Jester, and I'll bring along the Flagellant, so we'll have one DLC warning about this. No, I said I'm bringing along the Houndmaster. I'm not bringing along the Abomination, so we can get rid of Ashen. That works. The deeds, what did I want to do? Did I want to increase roster slot or get armor? It really depends. 20. I'm close to that, but I need what? Level 2 in blacksmithing and armor. I kind of want to get that. And I still have so many lower levels that I don't feel as if I need to upgrade my roster spot yet. So we're actually going to go in, get this to level, well, yeah, rank 2 stuff. And then I'm probably going to do cheaper.
Fan the flames.
I still have a lot of busts,
We are raising an
which...
army.
Do I want to try and plan out the... I've been doing a lot of that stuff, so I think I might do that.
Experimental techniques and
Well, no
techniques
going back now, I did it, so...
sharpened sword
I actually haven't been using a crap ton of stress facilities. I've been very good at either getting rid of individuals with 80 stress or more, or, once again, I've actually been managing fairly well, which is something I'm a little proud of right now. Interesting. My dungeon choices are horrible if they're not in the ruins, and I'm taking in the flagellant and the jester. That is one way you do not want to do that. So we'll put them through fire here. We're actually going to take them into the thick of battle right away. I know the Cove has increased bleed as well, so you might be thinking, well, you're not doing yourself anything better. Well, yes, you're right about that. The Cove does have increased bleed resistance, but I gotta do something, so I am gonna go buy skills here, though. I'm gonna do some change ups. Because he's gonna be a 2nd level occultist again. Therefore, we're gonna be getting those skills. So let's change those out for... There we go. Buy him that. I don't know if I want to get anyone armor yet. I need to get a new skill for him because I want to hit the back rows with the bleed. Obviously, don't look at these skills. It's a spoiler. Maybe just for the next minute, look away. It won't take me that long to do that stuff. If you don't have the flagellant, I think seeing him in action really doesn't ruin anything, but I understand if you don't want to see him in anything. But for the most part, I think it might be beneficial. Well, not beneficial, but it might be enjoyable to see what he is to determine whether your money would be well spent. I think the flagellant's an excellent character to have around. Medium dungeons, always so expensive up front and possibly little reward in return. Because they can be very quick, especially objective ones like I have. If I finish this within 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to keep going. Obviously, I need more money. But there is always a chance that this ends very, very quickly. With this style of room, it's not though, let me tell you that. This is going to be a long one. The other two were fairly short because obviously A, they were short, and B, they also had decent room setups and RNG. So this one might be the doozy of the day right here. And we're going to try to go over how you make dungeons work in a medium lineup with rather low resolve levels, because overall I think the average of this is like, what, 2 1s and 2 0s. So I guess technically everyone's resolve 1. But, you know, some guys don't have their second skills or stuff like that, and it gets a little difficult. Now, what I'm trying to do is just get a okay amount of DPS on everybody. And I'm going to pull forward this guy, because once again, I'm actually on a dog bone, and you might be thinking it's the first thing here. I don't like spread damage with an occultist. It's not a Vestal, therefore I can't really control the amount of damage that's going to go to everyone. So if one guy gets focused like the Jester just got, that's actually easier to heal than everyone taking 5 to 7 damage. Because that way I'm probably going to have to eat a lot of food and also split up my resources, which is something I don't want to do. I'm going to stab him so I don't reduce the torch. I'm not interested in reducing the torch, especially if this can be done. Yeah, slice off. Especially if it can be done by killing him without decreasing the torch, sorry. I'm going to add a lot of bleed to this bigger target because that's all I can really do, and I'm going to attack him. I'm hoping he doesn't do his one ability. Does he have it? Yeah, he has the Rain of Whips. I don't want Rain of Whips to happen. Point blank would probably be better. Punishment's also okay. Yeah, even if he bleeds, that's 6 damage. It's actually a fair amount, but I'm not too concerned. I'll probably bandage it off. And he will die to bleed out, so I'm going to take this opportunity to A, heal with the Occultist, and B, to reduce some stress on the Jester, because once again, that's how you really... And we're actually going to transfer that bleed off the Houndmaster, that's an ability, because he hasn't taken any damage, and I don't really care if the fledgling gets hurt a little bit. He's almost, you know, in a way made to take it. I'm just joking. He's obviously made to get lower on HP. He gets stronger the lower he gets, though I'm not too fond of keeping them like right at death's door, because obviously I feel like I have bad RNG luck. Now whether that's true or not is a different discussion. And we gotta check these two rooms and hallways, because if one objective thing is sitting down here, we essentially throw away the speed of this dungeon. Because can you imagine me getting over there and being like, okay, all the way back over? It's just, as annoying as it is, it's not worth the chance, because it might take 4 to 5 minutes to check out this side, depending on how many enemies I have to fight. But it's totally worth it, because as I said, if I go the whole way, then come back and like, yep, it was there the whole time, it's just not worth it. Really hoping that would kill him, but 1 stress damage is okay, because he'll tick out to the DOT next. My next target's going to be the Stinger here, because I'll probably stun him. Yeah. Stingers at all levels of the game are very strong. The snails are negligible. They can be DOT'd out rather well. They're not going to be my top priority. I am going to slice it off. I'm not going to heal, probably because that thing was going to go next. Therefore, I'm going to take advantage of killing it, reducing stress without possibly losing more HP. I'm going to bring the torch back up just to make sure I don't get hit with any extra damage than necessary. And I also just needed the torch back up in general because I will be walking through. I was just hoping that stun would work to avoid some damage. But now we're just going to do some stress heal and heal on the Occultist and probably have the Houndmaster finish. That's a trade I don't really want to do, but everything else I pretty much need right now. Jeez, don't I have... I didn't even necessarily overbuy my provisions, because I really do need 2 torch stacks and definitely the 2 food for them being lower level in their skills and stress skills, not being up to par as they could be. So those 5 slots right there were necessary. Obviously these were. The dog bones are always useful, so that's already half my item slots. It's the cove, so you're going to need shovels. There's bleeds, and I mean, I think everything's necessary. I don't think I have anything in there that would be extra and not worthy of it. So I'm really reduced to like 0 item slots right now. I'm kind of hoping I find one of these soon so I can do that, because this fight, unless it's a citrine or bust, I'm most likely not going to take the loot. I'm going to focus fire. Even though he would have technically only gotten 1 turn, it's still 1 turn extra, because it would have been 3 compared to 2 if this guy gets to go first, which he didn't. And I'm going to stress heal. I could have, like I said, I could have hit him, let him die out to 1 more DOT, but really, I just want to try to kill this guy as well to reduce 3 attacks to 1. Obviously, it was still 2. Fortunate dodge. But I really didn't... Dang it. He might get 3 attacks anyways. Please bleed. It's looking iffy. No. There we go. Yeah, so it was 2 instead of 3. If I would have gotten lucky, it would have been 750 to 500. Oh, do I get rid of the citrines? Oh, gracious. I hate these decisions. I think I can only stack 5 citrines anyway, so if I get 1 more of that, that pretty much makes up for them. So let's see what's in the bag here. Yeah, it's 100 gold. I need a scout. Oh, and I also need... Man, I really need this as well, because I don't want a campfire until I probably get about there for some scouting and stuff. This is rough, though. Especially if that bloated thrall in the back there. Who dodged? He did? Okay. Now, he's actually dead. So I'm going to dog bone to A, create an item spot, and B, try to one-shot this shaman. Going well. Hopefully that grouper doesn't go a second time. Hopefully I can hit him with maybe the Jester or Houndmaster. Depends who goes first. Once again, the Flagellant taking the damage. Not overly worried about. Not really worried about that either, because he will die to 5 DOT damage. And I do get to go, so I'm going to slice off on this guy to kill him so he doesn't get to go. Now we're good. I'll probably heal up the Flagellant here. Boom. We're going to watch that Thrall drop, and then it'll just be a matter of DOT tick count, which is good because he has 58 protection right now. And that would be a lot of turns to get through in the terms of just raw physical damage. So we're going to just DOT him out. This also increased my bleed resistance. Oh, he still got it off. Wow. I'm going to let him fall below that HP threshold you're going to see right there. It's going to get him a lot of HP, and I'll probably put it on my Jester or Houndmaster. He's not there yet. So I don't want to kill this guy off right away. I want him to take just one more turn of bleed damage, and I believe that should put me into the situation I want. And we're going to Hounds Harry for lower damage, but to stack more bleed. Oh, I just killed him. Whoops. Yeah, there's another Citrine coming back to haunt me. I don't even want to open that. Did I get a scout? I did. See, there's a quest location. There's a quest location. That's why you gotta do it. I would have had to like walk globe to globe essentially if I would have gotten down here. That's just why I personally don't chance it. It's not worth it. I've done it a couple of times in the past where I was like, you know what? Can you imagine how much time this would save me if it's not down there? And then when I get there, I'm like, can you imagine how long this is going to take for me to get back? So it's not worth it. I might campfire, use the key. I don't have all of his camping skills. He doesn't have the scouting one, so this is a tough decision. I'm gonna just open it because I did bring in 3. I'm probably gonna save 1. I don't really want. Well, I don't need bus. I really should pick up that portrait. Portraits are worth more than money right now. I'm going to be cycling in and out of my inventory this whole time. I'm going to be saying, oh, I need this, I want this, and the same item slot might get replaced. Such as if I find a secret room, or maybe if I get like more deed stacks and I've only found 1 portrait, I'm going to be like, well, 1 portrait to 6 deeds. Even though I need a portrait right now, I just viably can't put it anywhere else. We are going to get rid of the portrait there, even though obviously I've been saying I do need them. It really comes down to necessity, timing, and also the situation you're in. And depending on what these curios are, torch, nice. It's also going to, once again, impact. Like, see, that's more deeds. If I keep getting more deeds like that, it's just, that portrait's going to have to go. Another torch. I don't even have to use my torches. Cool. That's 90. And the reason why I left him so low like that is so I can actually use his ability to heal himself pretty much right at the start of this fight. And I've used my last dog bone. Now this is an interesting world. I think I'm going to allow that stress damage dealer live so I can hit the Pelagic Grouper in the back. And the reason for that would be I have some people that are lower on the HP, not in terms of what they're currently at, but like what their max HP is, and I'm also missing a crap ton. Well, that attack. See, 9 damage, that's why I really want these groupers dead. And 1. Oh. Yeah, this is going to be a tough fight. This is going to have to really, I'm really going to have to think about whether I heal now or chance him dying, because if I get some of that bleed off, it could kill him. We're just gonna have to heal, because if I don't get to go before a couple of these guys, it really could just mean death for one of my party members, and that's something we just can't have. I did not do a lot of damage, therefore I really need to get those groupers dead, and then I can focus on the stress control, because I can stress control much better than I can heal, at least AoE damage as I currently have. That's a good critical. It's a good kill. We only have 1 big damage dealer left in the grouper in the back. That's also a fortunate dodge. So things are going fairly well. That's spear fishing. It's a weaker ability, so that's not too bad either. We're in a good situation, and now that he's dead, we're in the perfect situation. We are going to take care of the Acolyte as normal, and then we're going to maybe take a turn or two just to ride this out. I am going to stab her and not heal, just because I don't need to take unnecessary stress, and then I'm going to use him to reduce the stress, and that was actually decent control. There was some decent dodges in there. I can't say that was all obviously my battle tactics. I needed a couple of those dodges and abilities not to be all focused on one person. And the good news is, since this was spread out and I am near using my campfire stuff, so I'll keep the bust, I'll use 8 food, I'll take the money, now we're good. I think I'll do... So we definitely need to prevent a nighttime ambush. Yeah, so we'll do that. I should have bought Tiger's Eye on the... Wow. I like really didn't select the best camping skills. So we're also going to use Therapy Dog. And then we're going to heal, I guess. Now we're down to 0 stress. Everyone back up to max health. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good stuff. I am creating room. I am going to just... Well, let me see what this is. I may not have to use the torch prematurely. I don't. I can walk at least one more step. There we go. Perfect. We don't want to waste our items. We want to use everything to maximum efficiency. I am going to grab that journal page once again. We just want to get them out of the loot lineups. Or not lineups, but the loot RNG. Because that could have easily been more money. But since it's like, hey, you definitely want these, it keeps adding them back in. And we just got to get them out of the way. And we do want to kill off... Actually, I think I'm going to aim for a grouper. Yeah, I'm going to aim for a grouper. So that we have one less damage dealer going, because the odds of me finishing off this shaman was very low, and I do have 2 campfire skills that reduce stress, so only 11. That's practically nothing. I don't want to take massive damage coming out, so we are going to take down the groupers. Fortunate dodge, since he only has a dodge of 4, which is practically nothing. And we are going to slice off this guy. Well, I don't know what to say. I was going to slice him off. 20 dodge, gets hit, has 4 dodge, you know. It's a weird world of what will and what won't. And that's another dodge. Oh my goodness. I was hoping to kill this grouper before he gets to go, but I still can. Dead. At least that happened. The shaman might get to go, but do they have... No, he's on stress wave. He has to. Ceremonial cut. Oh, I guess I didn't see that ability yet because I didn't use it, so... Look at all the skills shamans have. They have Sea Breeze, Call the Deep, Stress Wave, and Ceremonial Cut. Wow, that's quite the arsenal. That's why, I guess that's why I've always killed them off. They're rather versatile. They are pretty weak in the terms of HP and stuff like that, though. They're definitely high speed, but not the tankiest of individuals when it comes to their HP pool, which is very nice because they have a lot of utility that I don't want lasting more than a turn. Once again, Pelagic Shaman's going to be who we focus. Hopefully I connect. There we go. It's an 88% chance, but that doesn't really mean much recently. At least in this dungeon. The other ones went well. I'm not complaining about it. It's just I feel as if I've gotten... Yeah, right there. Nah, you know, it's 20% chance to miss. What do you want? It's 1 out of 5. In my line of work, it's 2 out of 5, but who cares? We do have some lucky crits coming in, taking them out. And some unfortunate crits against me. Did resist the bleed though, which is nice, which means I don't have to bandage. I do have a couple of bandages left, so I might even... The cultist will heal himself. We'll focus the guy in the back here. He's dead. Yeah, way dead. Way dead. Heal yourself for a 24 crit. More HP than you have max. I guess that's how you do it. Fortunate dodge. And now we're just going to reduce stress on some people. I don't need... Well, I can't even hit the guy I want to kill anyway, so I might as well not overkill and take this opportunity to knock some stress off. If I get to go before him, he's probably dead with a ceremonial cut or the flagellant, so this should be pretty good. If he bleeds, he dies. He's dead. Now that that happened, once again, we can just happy stress heal on our Flagellant to get him ready for another dungeon if I want him. And he dies off.
This expedition at least
Now,
success.
that ruby's looking real nice. I'm going to chance the pile of money with the ruby, because if I get one more of that, that's technically more money. The 2 rubies will be more than a money stack. Now I might have to get rid of money though, so it's going to be an interesting trade-off. If I get more money, I might have missed a secret room around here. I'm really hoping I would have found one by now, but there's a lot of curios coming up. Are any of them the quest? They're all right at the end. Sometimes objective rooms can take forever, in the sense that obviously if you have to go from the left side of the dungeon to the very right, they will take a long time. And that can also happen with battle rooms. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out, man. Like, statistically, this is not going very well for me. Was that 282%? Well, he's dead. He's not dead. Man, that's so frustrating. How much accuracy? 5? No, I just want to start stacking the bleed more. I can't even stack that bleed. What is that? 100%, 80% resisted again. Oy vey. Hey, at least that went off. He's not gonna... There we go. Say he's not gonna do that annoying crap on me again. That's just a straight up miss. That wasn't even a dodge. That was just a miss. A 10% chance to miss, and he does it. I feel like I'm getting like ripped off just a little bit. A little bit on this dungeon. Making this already, you know, poor people with bad accuracy and stuff just look even more foolish. Thanks, game. He is dead though. And bye-bye.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Now, I'm definitely saving those because those can get rid of quirks. I might be able to get rid of the holy waters for the emerald. I think I'm going to do that. We don't need to do that. Yeah, this dungeon, I wish I would have found some of the objective stuff sooner. Really just... The last 2 are literally in this stretch. That is so aggravating. Because I just can't stack my loot because of these 2 spots.
Paid for in blood.
Here we go. I can finally start using some shovels and stuff though. And it's useless. And it's useless. Alright. I don't know, this dungeon didn't feel very friendly in the terms of where the objectives were set up.
Could staunch the flow of
I don't...
otherworldly corruption.
Part of me will die on the inside if I get rid of that. Just 4, it's not bad. Why am I keeping... See, I'm really holding out and hoping there's a secret room. I didn't want to get rid of the journal page because once again, I want that loot out of my RNG chances. I definitely needed the torches, so it was just a bad situation. If I had literally 1 less of this, it might have been a different situation, but I don't. We are going to try to take down the groupers. I'm not going to use the, what's that, Rain of Sorrows. Yeah, we just need to focus fire. I can't keep spreading out the damage like that. Hopefully... Oh my gosh, every bleed was resisted. Every single bleed. I'm not going to complain an entire amount because of the higher % chance. But I think, what, 3 bleeds at a 50 to 60% chance, statistically speaking, probably should have happened. Sea Breeze on a protected grouper. That's just unfair. So we're going to have to Hound's Harry to... There we go. Now we got some bleeds going. I am going to just use Harvest. It'll hit him in the front, but I want to get rid of this body, which will die. Then I'm going to Rain of Sorrows, once again hitting him, but it's just more for the back row, and I can't even. I'm going to pull him forward, I guess, to get rid of the body, and also hopes he uses... It was position forward. Crap. This fight's not going well. I did not use my surprise to the best possible abilities. And also, this lineup is currently just... nightmare. Oh, and now he's getting Call of the Deep. Okay. I'm gonna Hound's Harry again to get rid of the Shaman. I'm probably gonna stun the Guardian with the what's his face here? The Occultist, just so we can drop that guard a turn early. And then I'm gonna have him just try to Rain of Sorrows. It's not gonna be enough. Yeah. Well, at least he'll be dead next turn, so he's gonna do one pretty big damage deal and probably send him dust. It missed. 5 accuracy, 5 crit, 25% damage, and it missed. Wow. Take your own RNG game, how about that? And we are gonna take that chance to heal. Dead. And I'm doing great on stress damage. Excellent. I might even kill the Tor... No. What the heck? No.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Scout secret room? Boo. Alright, well now I can get rid of the Shovel Curos. Now I can just start pumping things out for all of, nothing left. This was terrible. I am not happy with how this dungeon went down with the setup, as I said before. Not only has this been forever, this has just been bad. I was making excellent time with the other dungeons, and then this crap happens. It's like a 24-minute medium apprentice dungeon. That is just sad. And it's even more sad that I got to take almost nothing from this. 2,000. This is just... I'm so frustrated. That was such a crappy dungeon. I got almost no money back. I literally might have spent more on provisions. I mean, I guess I did get a good amount of heirlooms, but I had like no money. I couldn't really build the gold from my fights, and it took forever. That was just a horrible, horrible dungeon. And it was 3 resolve, which is technically 1 more than a short dungeon. That was just so bad. Thank you for watching. Sometimes those things happen. I'm not really satisfied with that dungeon, but it's nothing I really did wrong. It's just what the game gave me, and boy did it hurt though. Once again, thank you for watching, sticking around, like and subscribe below.